Good morning and welcome to Tea Time with Tanya. I'm Tanya. How you doing today? Today is Monday, January 2nd, 2023. 1, 2, 3. Ready, set, go, y'all. Today is the kickoff. Today is the kickoff. Happy New Year, everyone. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Let's start today off with a blessing, shall we? Dear universe, dear creator, dear spirit guides, please give us, the collective, a blessing for this Monday, January 2nd, 2023. A blessing for this 1, 2, 3 day. A blessing to get us ready to go. Here we are. We get a sea of blessings. The universe is a projection from within you, and you are a projection of the universe. You are a vast space, and yet you are spaceless. You are a divine ocean of love, a sea of blessings. You are the wind of change that flows through life. Namaste. Let me read this one more time. A sea of blessings. The universe is a projection from within you, and you are a projection of the universe. You are vast. You are a vast space, and yet you are spaceless. You are a divine ocean of love, a sea of blessings. You are the wind of change that flows through life. Namaste. Good morning, good morning, good morning. All right, guys, I'm going to need questions for my Wednesday show. I only got a couple for today. But first, we're going to talk about the Idaho murderer, Mr. Bryan Kohberger. That's him, guys. Bryan Kohberger is the murderer. He is the person responsible for killing those 4 students in Idaho. Yes, he is. And just like I predicted, he was a student. He was a graduate student. That's how the other kids knew him. And like I said, they knew him. They thought he was creepy. He was older than them, even though he was only 28 years old. Remember, these college kids are between 18 and 24, the majority of them, okay? This is post-high school. So 28 is old in college. So this guy was a graduate student. He was described as being mean in high school. But guys, they've got the right guy. They have him. Bryan Kohberger is the Idaho murderer. And they got him before he killed again. They got him before he killed again, because he would have killed on New Year's Eve or New Year's Day. And they got him before he killed again. So Bryan Kohberger, the Idaho murderer, has been caught. And just as I predicted, he was a college student, a graduate student. He didn't go to the same college that those kids went to, but he went to a school less than 10 miles away. And he was always on the college campus. Yes, he was. All right, guys. So that's one of my big predictions that did come true. Just in case you guys anybody out there needs to know. You can look back and see that I predicted that. Okay, my next question, my first question is from Beautiful Girl. Beautiful Girl would like to know, will Illinois eliminate cash bail? Will they eliminate the cash bail system? This is a system of keeping poor people behind bars because they can't make bail, or they don't have the resources to put down 10% of bail through a bail bondsman, and they wind up languishing in jail. Okay, so this is an excellent question from Beautiful Girl. Will Illinois eliminate the cash bail? Let me give this a quick little shuffle. There you go, guys. Will Illinois eliminate the cash bail? Will Illinois eliminate cash bail? Will Illinois eliminate cash bail? Cards are squirrely this morning. Here we go. Got them together. Will Illinois eliminate the cash bail? First card out is the Ten of Cups, which is the happy family. There is going to be a lot of work being done on this. Yes, the cash bail is going to be eliminated, but not immediately, beautiful girl. There's going to be a whole bunch of fighting about this. Understand, this is a way of counties and municipalities that are making money hand over fist with bail systems, okay? That's money they don't have to give back. These people are out that money, okay? They are out. If it's $10,000, they're out that $1,000 or however much they have to put down for a bond. That money is just gone. The government gets to keep that. So eliminating cash bond is going to create a void in all this extra free income that a lot of these municipalities have become dependent on, making slush funds out of. But the answer is yes. Yes, this cash bail, the bail system is going to go away because it is unconstitutional. And it is not fair because it works for people who have money, who have resources. If you're poor, it doesn't work for you. So yes, beautiful girl, it will go away. But there is going to be a fight because the powers that be do not want to give that up. That's free money. That's a way for them to literally fleece the population and to keep people who shouldn't be in jail simply because they're poor. It's another slavery tactic. Let's call it what it is. And that's what it is, a slavery tactic, a way to keep people incarcerated simply because of their status, because they are not fortunate enough to have enough money to make a 10% of $1,000 or $10,000 or however much money. It's a crooked, corrupt system, and it needs to be destroyed. You're either guilty or you're not. You either get, if you're a violent criminal, then you get thrown in jail. If you're a non-violent criminal and you get arrested for something, there's no reason to stick you in jail. All they have to do is give you a ticket and a subpoena for you to show up to court. And then whatever happens, happens. Everybody has to look at this whole jail system as it is, for what it is. The people who need to be locked up aren't, because most of the time they can bail themselves out. The people who don't need to be locked up are, because they can't afford. They can't afford to get out of jail free ticket. I mean, look at this fool. Look at that boy over in Romania. Look at him, millionaire, goes influencer. Can't remember what his name is right off the top of my head, but I know every one of y'all know who I'm talking about. Pornographer, vilifies women, thinks that he's all that. Ex UFC fighter or MMA fighter. Yeah, this guy is a piece of work. Picking a fight with a 19-year-old girl over climate change. This is a rich person who has nothing better to do than to pick on a kid who wants to try to save our planet. And guess what? This dude was wanted for raping people, for human trafficking, for stealing women right off the street, putting them in bondage and making them make pornographic films. He's sitting his happy butt in jail. Why? Because he went after Greta Thunberg. He went after a little girl who ain't doing nothing but trying to save us. Talking about he ain't gonna recycle his pizza boxes. Had his little brother bring the pizza boxes out on film, and the authorities saw the name on the pizza box, knew the chain, and got him. He is sitting in jail for human trafficking, for sexually assaulting women, and everything good could happen. Merry Christmas, Happy New Year. Karma has struck with laser precision. And that piece of work got exactly what he had coming to him. All right. I don't know how that came about, but there it is. Here's the next question from Beautiful Girl. Will the Supreme Court become and stay a majority female under Biden. Now, guys, I have predicted that President Biden is going to expand the court. I feel like we are going to have at least 13 justices. But let us see what Tarot has to say. Tarot. Universe, spirit guides, please tell us what you can. Will President Biden make the Supreme Court majority female? Will the Supreme Court be made majority female under President Biden? Here we go. Cards are wanting to jump out my hand again. First card, we get the star inverted. Got a lot of yeses in here. Yes, and the final card is the Queen of Pentacles, the opulence queen. A lot of women in this case. But the first card we get is the star inverted. So the star inverted is arrogance, impotence, haughtiness. And I think this is what is going to, what we have seated on the court right now, the haughtiness of the GOP members, the predominantly male members who are using their power to stymie everything about American liberties. They are trying to take away American liberties. But yes, so here we go. The haughtiness, the impetus, all of that is on display at the Supreme Court right now. Behind them, we got this fear of movement, this movement. The court is going to move, okay? This has got a whole bunch of people upset. Okay, because they do not want this court to be brought into anything that resembles balance. Okay, and they definitely don't want neoliberalism to take hold. Okay, they want to keep everything buried in the past. They want slavery back, pure and simple. Below, we get the Hierophant. We are talking about the government. This is the confirmation that Tarot is telling us what we need to know. Below is strength. This is Biden's strength. This is the strength of the president, the man who can at will just point his finger at somebody and say, I want you to be a Supreme Court justice. And we do hold the Senate, guys. That's how we get them through. Doesn't matter what Kirsten Sinema does. She is a non-integer. Don't worry about her. Here's another yes. Yes. President Biden will expand the Supreme Court, predominantly women. The GOP and the Federalist Society is going to try to do everything they can possibly do to obstruct this, but it is not going to work. In the end, the women there will be a majority of women. The women will add much value, much needed value and balance to the Supreme Court. And we're going to come out of a bad time. 2023 is going to be This is going to be an exciting year, guys. Buckle in. Snap your seatbelt shut because this ride is going to get crazy, okay? 2020 was wild. 2021 was, oh my goodness, 2022. This year was just playing up crazy. 2023, guys, hang on because all this stuff that we have been dealing with for the last 4 years, we are about all these court cases and all this nastiness is about to come to a head. This pimple is about to pop, okay? Buckle your seatbelts. Snap in. Prepare for the drop because this roller coaster is climbing that track. Ka-tick, 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 ka-tick. And we are almost at the apex. Prepare for the fall. Guys, this is going to be a wild ride. All right, my next question is from Jose Mean. Jose would like to know, how will the Democrats counter the GOP and their ridiculous investigations that they are talking about having? How will the Democrats counter the GOP in the House with the ridiculousness that they have planned for America when they start their session? Universe, creator, spirit guides, please speak through me. Tarot, please tell me whatever you can tell me. Cards are getting crazy again. Here we go. How will the Democrats counter the GOP? Oh my goodness. Okay. Okay. All right, guys. Here we go. First card we get is the Three of Cups. We get the women celebrating. Okay. And this card is telling me that, number one, that this is going to be a lot of the Democratic women who are, oh my goodness, is this the squad going to step up? I'm wondering if the girls of the squad, well, it's not just girls anymore, guys. There are guys and girls that are in the squad. The squad has diversified, and I feel like these guys are going to be on, I'm not going to say on the warpath, but I am going to say that they are going to be going through the forest chopping down trees. Okay, they are going to be truth warriors. That's the word. They are going to be going out there literally laying bare every person who had anything to do with the insurrection, had anything. They are not going to give them a moment's peace, guys. Truth is going to be the word of the day. The chambers are going to be filled with a whole lot of truth saying, and that's what it's going to be. Guys, the Democrats are going to counter the GOP by responding to everything, every lie that they spurt with the truth. That is what's going to happen. This is going to be bad for the GOP, guys. They're fighting their own invisible make-believe war. Their little thing that only they know what's going on with, because it is based on a whole sea of lies. We are not going to have to worry about these GOPs. Guys, justice is coming for them. Justice is coming for them. Everything that they have coming, they are going to receive. And I can tell you, Hakeem Jeffries and the Democratic Party are going to be working together in the House of Representatives. This is the first time that we are going to seriously see the Democrats in the House come together. You won't be able to pass a card between them. The party is going to be so tight. And this is, guys, I feel like there's going to be an internal type of house cleaning within the Democratic Party. And I feel like this is straight up Hakeem Jeffries pulling everybody together and saying, either we are or we aren't. Either you are with us or you are against us. I think Hakeem has put it on the table that if we don't stand together like the Republicans do, then we will be torn apart. He's going to breathe a new life, a new vigor into the House of Representatives. Guys, we may actually see our Democratic House of Representatives grow a set of balls. We may actually see this happen in 2023, to where we are not the pushovers, where we will stand and fight back. And we will fight back with truth, not with silence. There it is, guys. This is going to be an exciting year. My next question is from Preston N. It's not really a question, it's more of a statement. Preston is talking about Trump's taxes and all of his taxes showing exactly how deeply invested in China the 45 and his entire family is. Now, just so nobody forgets, because this is what it's all about. They want you. They need you to have short-term memory. They need you to forget what happened yesterday so that you can't point the finger back at them. Everything that 45 and his family makes comes from China. Every flag that's flying out of the back of a pickup was made in China. Every one of those little red hatred hats was made in China. Everything that 45 uses for his campaign is made in China. Why, do you ask, is it made in China? Does 45 own some factories possibly in China using Chinese slave labor to produce his hate swag? Well, let's see. Let's talk about the whole family. Ivanka. And this is important, guys. This is why it is so important that we don't give these guys a pass. That we make sure that we remember everything that we have done. In 2020, Ivanka Trump got a patent to make her own voting machines for America, the Trump voting machines. Why? Why, you ask? Because they thought that old 45 was going to get to be the president again. And had he won that presidency, you can best believe that he would have purchased Ivanka's voting machines and have had them replaced. Those would have been the voting machines that would have replaced every voting machine in America, because they would have made a law to make it mandatory that all voting machines come out of Washington, and they would have been made by the Trumps, which would have been able to be programmed and changed at will. Yes, Ivanka also got a patent for coffins, caskets. Why? Because they were killing people, lying about this pandemic, and then making these Trump-branded caskets, gold inlaid with all this stuff that don't mean nothing, is going to go in the ground. They were making money, intentionally making money off of the pandemic. Do not have short-term memory. Please remember everything that they did, because they really want you to forget. They really want you to forget all of the horrible things that they did to us. I need you guys to remember 2020. I need you to remember him standing up there on that stage saying that all you needed to do, can we shine some light up your butt? Can you drink some bleach to get rid of this infection? The same person who says, I'm going to do everything I can to make sure that we have a vaccine. And then as soon as we had a vaccine, he did everything to discredit it. Why? Because they were making money off of death. We have to call it as it is. Sugarcoating ain't going to help nobody. All right? So, there you go. There you go. My last question is from Cruisin' PC. Cruisin' PC would like to know, will the U.S. ever get back into manufacturing car parts, appliances, batteries, or other medical equipment? Will the United States ever get back into... There we go. I always mess my cards up. I am an expert at messing my cards up. Okay, will the U.S. ever get back into manufacturing? Will the United States ever bring manufacturing back to our shores? Will the U.S. ever bring manufacturing back to our shores? Guys, and this is terrible. All these cards I drew, 8 cards I drew, and I got the happy family. I have the devil inverted. The devil inverted is next to the last card. And this is force, fatality, violence, ravage, that which is predestined but not for this reason evil. This is evil, fatality, weakness, pettiness, and blindness. So unfortunately, Cruisin' PC, not at this time. No. And I think it's because the U.S. has sold out so much of itself. The big businesses, if they brought manufacturing back to the United States, big business would have to pay to rebuild those factories that they have let go into the ground. The reason that they outsource is so that they don't have to pay. If they bring manufacturing back to the United States, they will have to pay manufacturing at an American cost, which means we would be unionized again. People would be able to retire from manufacturing jobs after 20, 25 years because they would be making a salary. And that is what the 1%, the ruling class, absolutely does not want for you. They do not want to have to pay union wages. They don't want to have to pay people $35, $45 an hour to manufacture parts and pieces. No, they would much rather pay people in Indonesia, people in China, 2 cents, 4 cents an hour to manufacture their goods and services. So because that makes sure that they stay rich. If they brought manufacturing back to the United States, they would be making Americans rich. They would be giving Americans some peace of mind. And gosh darn it, that's not what they're there for. So I'm sorry, Cruising PC. The greed, the avarice, the plain pure nastiness of the people who have manufacturing companies are not going to bring manufacturing on large scale back to the United States. No, because that would force them to share a piece of their pie with the people who make them rich, who keep them rich. And they just can't see themselves doing that. Not at this time, no. Guys, understand what big business is doing has to be. They are their own worst enemy, and they will be their own demise. They will be the cause of their own demise. This is why I keep urging everyone, learn what you can do. Learn, if you can grow and you have a plot of land to grow on, grow something. If you can build something or make something, even if you have a 3D printer that you can manufacture or remake things that people are charging you an arm and a leg to buy at the store but is needed. And you can manufacture this and sell this yourself. This way, you can cut out big business. We never needed them. We gave them our voice. We gave them our power. We used to do things for ourselves. But we let convenience put us in a chair, in a house, to where we're just content to let the world go around us without us being a part of it. Guys, we must be present in our world. The way that we fail is giving our autonomy away. When we say, I want to live and eat, but I don't want to have anything to do with how it gets into my house. I just want it to magically appear there. Then you are a slave to the system, because if any part of that breaks down, then you starve to death. This is why it is so important that we all learn those things that are in us. We don't need a whole lot of big business. We really don't. What we need is for us to become more self-sufficient, to learn how to barter and trade for the things that we need like we used to. How many of you are seamstress? How many of you could knit the Statue of Liberty in an afternoon? Those gifts were given to you for a reason. Use them. Produce goods and services and sell them on your own. Cut out the rich man. And let's start working on bringing ourselves back together. Farmers markets, where you can sell your fruits and vegetables that are not full of chemicals and pesticides, that were grown with love in someone's backyard or on their farm. Because food grown with love is going to be food that raises the vibration of your body. We, as a collective, have to stop relying on rich people to take care of us and start realizing that we have everything in us that we need to take care of ourselves. All we have to do is link up with like-minded individuals and form communities that help us help ourselves. Co-ops is what they were called. Cooperatives. People working together. That's what we need to get back to. All right, guys. I know this has been short. Let me get to the weather forecast. If you're waking up and it's wet outside, that's what you got for the day, because this is what, guys, this river of water that is above our head is going to hit us 3 times. This storm is going to hit us 3 times. We are going to have enormous floods, enormous storms. And on top of this, when all that wet weather hits cold weather, it is going to turn into heavy snow. Not that light, flaky stuff. I'm talking about weighty, wet snow. Prepare again. And I gotta say, Buffalo, New York, y'all are gonna be in for it again. You're gonna get hit with this storm, and there are a lot of places that are going to be dealing with tornadoes, and we are going to and that volcano is coming out, so that must be something that we need to be There may be a little bit of rumbling from a volcano on the mainland of the United States. I'm not saying it's going to erupt, but it may be showing some signs of life. It may be burping and a bubbling. And I'm not sure which one. But guys, I am going to say this, and this is not to put fear into anybody. Volcanoes are there. We know that they are there, and we know that they ain't going to tell us when they are going to erupt. But I am going to say this. Mount St. Helens, that word has been on my mind for 3 days. If you are in Washington State, you know that that is an active volcano. Just be aware that it may start to rumbling. And guys, Yellowstone as well. And I didn't see it before. I mean, it was coming, but it was far away. It is not far away now. We need to prepare for natural disasters that we cannot predict and that we cannot stop from happening. We must be prepared and we must be smart. So again, just pay attention. Pay attention. This weather cycle this week, this entire week, in fact, this week through next Wednesday, we're going to be in a severe weather. I want to call it a trough because it's almost like a swimming pool, like an Olympic-sized swimming pool. That much water is just going to be dumped on a whole lot of areas. So be aware of straight line wind, tornadoes, damaging. Like I said, yes, on Friday, be aware if you're going outside of flying objects. Just take a second, open that door slowly so you don't get hit with something flying around. And if you've got stuff that can fly, guys, if you got a trampoline in your backyard, you might want to go put a chain around it and anchor that chain to something to keep that from flying out of your yard and becoming airborne and landing 15 miles away. This storm is going to pick up a lot of items and put them in the air. And it's not going to be tornadic winds. This is just going to be how hard the wind is blowing. So prepare accordingly. And like I said before, if you are at the base of a mountain or a hill, please fill up them sandbags. It's not optional, guys. If you want to keep the mountain out of your house, you've got to prepare. We are primed for landslides. California, Oregon, and southern Washington. You are primed for landslides. Prepare. Don't get caught with your pants down. You know it's coming. So do what you need to do to stay safe. I love y'all. I need questions for Wednesday. I need questions for Friday. And I'm going to throw this out there to any psychics, any mediums, any tarot card readers that would like to collaborate with me. I'm going to start doing some shows with other people. If you would like to collaborate with me, please drop me a line at psychictanya9.com. I am open to collaborating and sharing this journey with anyone who would like to share this journey with me. So please, all you psychics, you readers out there, if you would like to collaborate with me, get with me on psychictanya9@gmail.com. and let's put something together. I love you. I love you. I love you. Happy Monday, everybody. Namaste.